Hi Michael, my question is about the usual mindset about Lean application. We know that Lean applies pretty well to a serious production environment, but how do we properly apply it to make to order? And more than that, how do we convince senior leaders about the benefits?
Laura asks a very interesting question. She says, we know Lean works pretty well to series and production environment, but how to properly apply it to make to order? And how to convince senior leaders about the benefits? It's interesting because all Lean is about make to order. When you go to Japan, one of the biggest surprises in a Toyota plant is to see the sequence of different models on the line. There's one model, then another model. I've seen in some plants, I've seen up to 6 or 8 different models that come in sequence on the same line, and all with different options. So although it looks like a production line, really each car is different, and actually each car is made to order. So how do you think about this? Well, I'm thinking about making some lunch. So either I go to the kitchen and I want to do a salad, and I don't find what I have, and then it's completely made to order. I have to go to the store, shop for the salad, come home and make lunch. This is completely made to order. Or I start taking some, I open the icebox and I find a ready-made dish here that I just have to cook in the microwave. So there's only one. It's not actually made to order because I have it and I can prepare my food from it. Or I open the cupboard and then I find all the pasta that I have, and here usually I have to have a stock of it. So I pull something out of the stock and make myself a pasta dish. So we have 3 different situations. One is that we have to build it from scratch, sometimes even engineer it. The other one is that we have 1 ready or 2 ready and we can take from this and do the work. Or we have an entire stock and we're just picking the stock and we do the work. This is what happens in any production. So when you're doing made to order production, somewhere along the line, there's a batch wall. What I mean is that when you have a make to order product, part of the product has to be designed to fit exactly for the customer, but all sorts of parts of the products will be already prepared in 2 ways. Either because we've got one element prepared, or in other elements like bolts and nuts and all sorts of things, because you take them into a stock. So how does that work with Lean? Well, in Lean, you're looking for that batch wall, that moment where you shift from completely made to order to actually using ready components. And on that batch wall, you use Kanban, which is you use stock replenishment as opposed to batch ordering. So you look at the lead time, and this is a critical Lean element. You look at the lead time, and in the lead time, you start to understand in your product, which has to be made for the customer right away, which is like the cooking the dish, which is that you need some components that you can replenish on the Kanban, which is when you use one, you ask for one. It's like my beer in the fridge. When I use one, I take a beer and I put it in the fridge so that it's cold. So this is stock replenishment, this is Kanban. Or things that you buy in batch, like you go to a supermarket and buy some things in bulk. Now, when you look at the lead time like this, you will look for the stagnation time of each of these elements. And of course, you'll try to reduce it. When you reduce it, you'll end up with some problems. Maybe some things don't go wrong, things you have to do twice, rework. And this is where Lean kicks in, because the problem you're trying to solve is to get rid of all the waste, all the muda in the process of made to order. So every problem that you encounter is the opportunity to solve the problem, learn more about how to do it, understand better the separation of what is truly made to order or what can be prepared at least once in advance to hide the variations in the customer demand. And once you have this clearly in your mind, you can really improve your flow dramatically and continue to reduce the lead time. As you reduce the lead time, you can do more jobs with the same tools in the same period of time. And of course, you become more profitable. So Lean is always about make to order. It's about seeing where that batch wall is and putting a Kanban in there, and with the Kanban, looking at the Kaizen opportunities. How to convince senior manager? Well, I really don't know. It really depends on the senior manager. You see, it depends on their motivation. Some senior managers are there to prove that they're managers, or they prove they're executives. So they want to prove that whatever the existing system they have works. So there's no point in trying to convince them because they won't change the system. They just want to prove that they're a boss. Others are there to improve the system. They're there to improve the work, and they will listen if you manage to show them that your system works better. But in any case, that depends on their motivation. And the only thing you can do is actually show what Lean really does, which is the reduction in lead time, by understanding where the batch wall is, putting the Kanbans in, and looking at the problems that now will be revealed, appear, and can be solved. I hope that helps, and I wish you a very good day.